Is now out of sight, out of mind. The new makeover for Obamacare website has made a small change, but can you spot it? Egypt's Jon Stewart is in hot water again after a joke may have gone too far connecting sexual innuendos to military supporters. And with Halloween in 2 days, we give you tips to make sure you have a safe and frightful night. Hello and welcome to OC News. I'm Jessica Lau.
And I'm Christina Demikides.
OC.
Stop. Okay, thanks.
Oh,
awkward.
of Obamacare is now out of sight, out of mind. The new makeover for Obamacare website has made a small change, but can you spot it? Egypt's Jon Stewart is in hot water again after a joke that may have gone too far connecting sexual innuendos to military supporters. And with Halloween in 2 days, we give you tips to make sure you have a safe and frightful night. Hello and welcome to OC News. I'm Jessica Lau.
And I'm Christina Demikides. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
An OC doctor gets 11 years in federal prison for selling prescriptions. Alvin Mingchek Yi sentenced Thursday to 11 years in federal prison for selling prescriptions to highly abused medications to patients with no legitimate need for them. Yi met patients at Starbucks stores throughout Orange County, and that he charged as much as $600 for meetings in exchange for prescriptions for drugs such as Oxycontin, Vitodin, and Xanax. Although Yi had reached a plea agreement with prosecutors and agreed to serve 8 to 10 years in prison, the judge sentenced him to a longer term, saying Yi took advantage of a position of trust and authority, and that the sentence needed to send a message to other doctors.
A Laguna Beach police officer dies after collision with a pickup truck. Trying to cut off a speeding motorist, Laguna Beach police officer John Cucci flies off his motorcycle and dies after colliding with a pickup truck. The 41-year-old mounted his motorcycle to try to cut off the car before it reached downtown, where partygoers were filling the sidewalks and spilled into the streets. Cucci was headed north on Coast Highway at about 11:30 p.m. when he collided with a GMC pickup truck. By the time 2 of his colleagues arrived on the scene, Cucci had succumbed to his injuries and died. The 2 police sergeants ran into the nearby Ralph's supermarket and grabbed an American flag. They draped it over Cucci's body to honor the sacrifices he has made as an Army Ranger and police officer.
The face of healthcare.gov is missing. The federal government healthcare site underwent a makeover, and as you can see, the image of a woman who became known as Obamacare Girl is no more. The new site is on the left, the old one on the right. The federal agency in charge of handling the site says that the woman's image was set aside in favor of a graphic highlighting the different enrollment options for Obamacare. The picture had become a subject of the mystery in which people searching for the woman's real identity with no known look so far.
As Egyptians were made divided in their politics, they're also divided when it comes to humor. Ian Lee explains.
Egypt's most high-profile funny man is back on the air and back in hot water. Bassem Youssef, known as Egypt's Jon Stewart, made a name for himself lampooning the former Islamist government of Mohamed Morsi. Many of those who backed the military's ouster of Morsi laughed at those jokes. But they don't find anything funny about Youssef's latest jabs. In fact, they filed a claim in court over scenes like this. where a woman is fawning over General Abdel Fattah al-Sisi.
على العموم الناس برضو عندها حق يعني مين ما يحب السيسي ده حتى ناس كتير وخصوصا الستات لما بيفتكروا اسمه بيتكسفوا
اسمه يعني الفريق
السيسي
عبد الفتاح السيسي وكل سنه وانت طيب عشان انت برج السرطان.
Those who brought the case say the comedian has caused serious harm to Egypt's image by using sexual innuendos to criticize military supporters. Opinions on the street are mixed. Our country, Egypt, is being made fun of. This is inappropriate, he says. Egypt's army is a red line. We can't make fun of it, says this man. Bassem was average. He should have been as tough as he was on the former regime, says this man. When Youssef criticized the former regime, he faced numerous charges of insulting the presidency. They were all dropped. On the latest allegations made by military supporters, the comedian says, quote, Egyptians like humor, as long as it fits their mood. The military so far is tight-lipped, releasing a statement to say they have no official statement. The channel carrying the show has distanced itself, releasing a statement affirming their support for the current government. But it's unlikely to pull Egypt's top show, saying they practice complete freedom of the media. Ian Lee, CNN, Cairo.
When we come back to OC News, a local police officer from Laguna Beach passed away after a chase on his bike.
And with Halloween fast approaching, we tell you everything you need to know to stay safe during this holiday.
It's in the way we work and the way we compete. It's in the way we reach out and why we dream. Titan pride is at the heart of who we are.
Whether it's on the field or on stage, in the classroom or in the boardroom, Titans reach higher.
An OC school apologizes for making a girl remove NRA t-shirt at Canyon High. Haley Bullwinkle was told that the NRA t-shirt violated the school's dress code against clothing that depicts violence. Bullwinkle, a high school student, grabbed a National Rifle Association t-shirt in her hurry to find something to wear to school, was confronted by campus officials who forced the student to remove her shirt on her face disciplinary action. Bullwinkle felt like her right of freedom of speech has been silenced and complained to her parents and the school. The school later changed course, apologizing to the 16-year-old, and said campus staff will be trained so that an incident like this does not occur again.
A lawsuit challenges a City of Orange law requiring sex offenders to post signs to discourage trick-or-treaters. Registered sex offenders in the City of Orange are legally required to post a sign on Halloween no smaller than 12 by 24 inches that reads, "No candy or treats at this residence." Violators face a $1,000 fine or up to a year in jail. In Orange County City will probably toss out a law requiring registered sex offenders to post a sign in front of their homes on Halloween to discourage trick-or-treaters after it was hit with a federal lawsuit alleging the practice is unconstitutional.
It's that time of year again where feeling cozy and getting away from it all is necessary. Ashley Lamone has a perfect getaway adventure for this time of year. Here's Ashley Lamone with from Whitewood.
Redwood is a small little town right off Highway 2. It's a popular town to those who love to ski and to those who just like to get away during any time of the year.
Have you been wondering where you're going to spend your next family getaway? Well, let me tell you, Redwood, California is the perfect place to go. Locals seem to love it. There's restaurants, snowboarding, zip lining. There's nothing not to love.
There is also plenty of places to have breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And best of it all, there's a variety to choose from.
I like the Village Grind over here because they have local musicians and just about anybody else that can play guitar and instrument can go there and sing, and that's great because there's a lot of talent around.
Hiking also seems to be a popular activity at Wrightwood, California.
Yeah, and it's pleasant. People look out for each other. They have a vested interest in here in their homes, residents, and they don't want a bunch of turmoil.
If you're over the age of 21 and love beer, well, who doesn't? You can't miss Oktoberfest this November 2nd. And if you have no designated driver, don't worry, because there's enough hotels and bed and breakfast to choose from. Or if you simply want to stay another day to go skiing or zip lining.
Keep an eye on the weather report. Usually when it rains down the hill, as they say, it snows up here because it's above 6,000 feet. And it's great. You can take a day trip up, snowboard, ski, and that's always nice. And then go down into the sunshine.
Sky stairs, which are so cool. You walk up suspended logs like stairs, and you'll increase your height about 50 feet up to a platform. You'll also do some rappel systems where you'll rappel down through some ponderosa pines where you're just truly immersed in nature. And then you'll also do some hiking. And it's just a truly wonderful experience here up in the beautiful San Gabriel Mountains. It can vary. During weekdays, we offer one tour that ranges from $109 per person. On the weekends, we offer two different types of tours, one that lasts 2.5 hours, one that's about 3 to 3.5. It ranges from $99 to $129. You get your reservations in advance. And those can be done over the phone or at navitat.com.
From antique shops to your next zip lining or snowboarding adventure, Wrightwood is the place to be. And Halloween is no exceptions. They have the best trick-or-treating treat. This is Ashley Limon for OC News.
The zombie craze was in full swing in Germany this weekend, as several hundred undead enthusiasts took to the streets. The zombie lookalikes began their traditional walk in Alexanderplatz Square, making their way to the Brandenburg Gate in East Berlin. The attendees, with the help of a rolling boombox, made impromptu photoshops and flash mob dances to the music of Michael Jackson. You'll take Germany's zombie walk. You are stocked up on candy, and you have your kid's costume picked out. But is everyone in your family ready for Halloween? We have some important tips for keeping your pets safe this Halloween.
When thinking about Halloween safety, it's easy to overlook your pets, but they are among the most vulnerable to the horrors of Halloween. So to make sure your pets are not lost in the shuffle of the festivities, the Humane Society of America offers these tips that will help make sure they stay healthy and happy this Halloween. Tip 1, leave your pets out of the celebration. This holiday is for humans. Don't let your pets roam when friends are coming over for a party or when trick-or-treaters are at the door. Costumes are confusing and often frightening to pets. Tip number 2, hide the sweets. Candy can be harmful to animals, and sweeteners used in many foods like chocolate and gum are the most hazardous to your pets. Tip number 3, decorate safely. If you're dressing up for your home or the big day, do so with minimal impact to your pet. Changes to the environment make animals nervous and anxious. Experts also recommend setting up a safe room, undecorated, for your pets to hide out in safely during the night. Lastly, never leave pets alone with decorations. Many are toxic and choking hazards. The Humane Society says if you follow these simple tips, you and your pet will be able to both enjoy the holiday.
When we come back, we will have everything you need to know about the World Series, the NFL weekend that was, and even some good advice for all those singles out there.
Special today is shrimp scampi. It's been sitting around for about a week.
Excuse me, what time are you guys leaving? We're gonna rob your house tonight.
Don't you wish there were warnings to protect you from life's risks? With diabetes, there is one. It's called A1C, a simple blood test that helps measure your risk of serious complications. Learn more at diabetesa1c.org.
Titan TV is a student-operated facility maintained by students.
It's on the Cal State Fullerton campus, and it's a great opportunity for Cal State Fullerton students to get hands-on experience directly in a studio environment.
Working with Titan TV puts me in this professional environment. Everyone here is really fun to work with, and everyone just gets along so well. I'm having a great time.
Women's soccer here at Cal State Fullerton needed some extra time, but they finally got it done. Erica Mazzau scored the golden goal in the second overtime to defeat UC Davis 1-0. The men's soccer team wasn't so lucky getting a goal from Spencer Johnson, but was shut out the rest of the game. They lost to UC Riverside with a final score of 1-2. And women's volleyball continues their skid after getting swept by UC Santa Barbara over the weekend. For more on sports, we're heading to Terry. Take it away, Terry.
On Sunday, the Red Sox tied up the World Series by beating the Cardinals 4-2. The win came in large part thanks to a 3-run homer by Johnny Gnomes in the top of the 6th inning. John Lackey helped things along by coming in as a relief pitcher for the first time in quite a while. Lackey will start for Boston in Game 5 in St. Louis on Monday. Over in the NHL, the Kings had some difficulty on Sunday against last-minute minor league call-up Richard Bachman, who is in the net for the Oilers. Bachman stopped 47 out of the Kings' 48 shots on goal. The Kings' one goal came in the second period from Mike Richards, but it was only enough to tie the game. The game went to a scoreless OT period and ended in a shootout. The Kings took the win with 2 goals. Also on Sunday, the Ducks had a 4-3 win against the Blue Jackets. Corey Perry scored with just 2 minutes left in play to break the tie set by Columbus in the middle of the third period. The win came despite the Ducks being down 1 player. Blue Jacket center Brandon Dubinsky hit Saku Koivu in the jaw during the second period. Koivu was knocked unconscious and did not return to the game. Dubinsky was ejected from the game for misconduct. Next, the Ducks faced the Flyers in Philadelphia on Tuesday. In football, Andy Dalton led the Bengals to a 49-9 win over the Jets on Sunday, throwing a career-high 5 touchdown passes, 4 of them to wide receiver Marvin Jones. Also on Sunday, the 49ers beat the Jaguars 42-10. The Raiders had a narrow win against the Steelers 21-18, and the Lions just barely edged out the Cowboys 31-30. Finally, the U.S. women's soccer team beat New Zealand 4-1 in a friendly match in San Francisco on Sunday. Midfielder Megan Rapinoe started things off by scoring the first goal just 7 minutes into the match. The other goals were scored by Carly Lloyd, Heather O'Reilly, and Christine Press, who is making just her 11th appearance for the national team. Press replaced forward Alex Morgan, who suffered an ankle injury during practice in the lead-up to the game. The U.S. is riding a 37-game winning streak, their last loss being against Japan during the 2012 Agave Cup. The U.S. women will face New Zealand again on Wednesday in Columbus, Ohio. That's your sports update. I'm Terry Manley.
Thank you, Terry. It's that time of year again. That's right, the holidays. So what can you do to make sure that special person is by your side this holiday season? Alan Pavlik has some advice for all you singles ready to mingle during this season of jingles.
Hello everyone out there. I know dating can be tough, but if you can muster up the courage to ask your special friend out on a date, here's a couple ways to never disappoint. First off, start by doing something she would never expect. On the corner of State College and Baston Cherie, a small hike in the hills of Brea, and you can find the hidden gem of this city. Don't forget to bring some food and a blanket and have yourself a nice picnic on the greens of the Coyote Hills Golf Course. After the picnic, you can head over to La Mirada Regional Park and have yourself a great game of Frisbee golf. 18 holes of Frisbee golf allows plenty of time to share laughs, take pictures, and keeps you away from that same old dinner and movie date.
If date's going well and conversation's flowing smoothly and she's laughing with you, not at you.
A 10-minute drive down the 57 freeway, and you can end your night watching the fireworks at the happiest place on earth, Disneyland. And if you can't get to Disneyland, most rooftops have a nice view of what Disneyland has to offer. Remember, you do not need to spend your money to impress someone on a first date. Use your time wisely, planning fun outdoor activities for everyone to enjoy. I'm Alan Pavlik. And yes, I am on a roof.
That was some awesome dating advice right there, Alan.
Very
Thanks.
adorable. Thank you. And that is going to do it for us here at OC News. I'm Jessica Lau.
And I'm Christina Demikides. We'll see you on the next edition of OC News.